Oh, what's up guys? Back with another banger here. Today we're going to be showing you how to get the best possible Brainrots from the Brainrot machine. And some secrets to how the Brainrot machine works. And how to get basically whatever you want from it. So, first I'm going to show you guys my base to just show you that I'm legit, I guess. That's the bottom floor. This is the middle floor. This is the top floor. But we're gonna be sharing some tips on how to use a Brainrot machine correct. So first of all, I made this, unless you're like a newbie, like beginner, don't ever use the code for like the secret in the machine. Because you normally get some pretty bad secrets. But anyways, a lot of people think that if you want to get like the same like rarity that you want, you need to put in like the same thing. Like if I put in a Los Couples, like it's not guaranteed I'm gonna get neon. A lot of people think if you put in the same Brainrot, it'll work. No, it's the mutation. And it's how much money it makes. So if I put in like a neon Los Couples, but then put in like a regular a gold Chisleceria Basilicteria, neon's only going to be 3.7% because the Chisleceria Basilicteria is way more expensive than that. So what you would have to do is you would have to balance stuff out. Like put like a Cachurro Musturu, like a Ocaleo. Now there's a good chance of getting a good hotspot or Isakra, which would be, if it got the glitch mutation, around 54 million. So then if you put like some pencils in, like 2 good pencils, you have a good chance at even getting the new Brainrot. You have a low chance of getting Chisleceria Basilicteria. But so it's dependent on how much Brainrots cost. And now they added the possible outcomes, which is really nice. Just never use the code that gives you one of these, because you cannot delete them. It's so annoying. It's always good to come back. If you're like a new player, it's always good to come back like every hour and do that like 5 times. Then after you do that a lot, you're going to be able to get a secret and go on and on and on, like in a continuous loop until you rebirth. Another thing to do, I don't have an alt, but you store your good Brainrots like an alt account. Like if I could rebirth right now. I'm not going to. But then all my Brainrots would be gone forever. Instead, you can store like your best ones, like my 6-7, my 21, my Chisleceria Basilicteria, Orca, blah blah blah. Another good tip is to just not use things that are different, really. Like you shouldn't use like a normal 6-7, then put in an Orca. That just won't make sense. Even though you might get Chisleceria Basilicteria or Do, it isn't worth it. You should rather go neon, just like neon, like this. then just do like normal, because you want mutations. So say if I put like this in, like a 6-7, like a Chistosteria Basilicteria, like a 21, like a 6-7, and like a grandma, like this is terrible. Even though it has a good chance of being Chimpanzini Kinganini, these brain rots you're wasting are very valuable. And they're, even the gold mutation, that is basically nothing. It sucks a lot. So, what would be better value? Because even a gold Chimpanzini Kinganini, which you only have a 15% chance of getting, and then like a 30%, a 39% chance of getting it gold, is going to be about $30 million. And you're wasting some of your best Brainrots. Instead, you can put on mutation Brainrots, like from events. Because I wouldn't waste like Neon or Halloween Brainrots right now, because those are going to be limited time soon. Instead, so for like the upcoming events and stuff, for like any upcoming events, whenever the next admin abuse is, I don't know when, but you want to use the mutations, that is the mutation you get in those events, because they do admin abuses like 2 days. 2 days every weekend normally. Sometimes I just do it 1 day. But so I wouldn't like, but if you have a lot of like one mutation, you might as well just go big or go home, and always make sure to tune into like these events, especially these Lucky Rat events. These are very good. You get a lot of secrets. Some secrets I've actually gotten from those Lucky Rat events. I got this Frogino Assassino. I got that turbo once. I got this Kachuro and Musturu. I got a Know My Hotspot, and I also got my grandma. So now you're asking, okay, if the mutationless Brainrots are basically worth nothing, what do I do with them? Do I just sell them and get less valuable Brainrots with a mutation that is in the admin abuse events coming up? And that answer is basically, if you want to go like big or go home, I'd say to do that. But if you want to keep stuff, like, also, like, it's, they got rid of like the trading thing, but those are good value to trade. Like, if you don't really care about like your index, but like if you have like a friend who's almost like maxed out on, say, like the Halloween index, but they need like, say, like a Los Orca Elitos that you have, or that I have obviously, but you could trade them like you could get some like very easy default Brainrots and just trade them for some really good mutations. Also, how do I phrase this? The most, like the best you should you can get from this machine, I think, is a Chimpanzini Kinganini. It might be something better. I don't really have the best Brainrots to test that. But yeah. If I just could get rid of this stupid Los Couples. Yeah, defaults, they're good if you just want to risk it. And then you can trade that good one with like one of your friends for like a mutational one. So you can like put this stuff in like a machine and get something really good if they need to like index a specific secret you have. Rather than just going like this and just putting all your defaults in, which you don't have a great chance of even profiting of. See, if I put my best default Brainrots in, I think that's it. I have like a 10% chance. Wait, is it? If I put, this isn't default, but whatever. I have a 15% chance of Chimpanzini Kinganini. Should you risk that? So first, I'd say to always do the math. Look at the mutations. Like the traits you also have, because traits are very valuable. I've used the Brainrot machine a lot. I'll show you some Brainrots I got from this Brainrot machine I got. So first, I got about 85 Patrone Machinis. Probably because before I didn't put very good Brainrots in there. But what I've learned from this game is to go big or go home, because the odds are actually pretty decent. I got this from the machine. This from the machine, I think. That was from the event. Got that from the machine. It's from the event. Got that from machine and that from machine, I'm pretty sure. So what I put in to get this golden Chisliceria bislicteria, I put in a gold Isacro Spaghetti Mysticosta and a normal pot hotspot, and then just a couple of Patrone Machinas and like a Tortuguini that was gold. And then I got that. That's good value. Because then, if you clear up your base to get better Brainrots for like the seasonal mutation, and you just have a good like normal Brainrot, that puts a lot of room on your base. So like normally during events you have to like sell a lot because you get a lot of good stuff. If before the event you just like use some machine ones and get like a very good Brainrot, those Brainrots that you got for it like don't have to be sold, and they went to basically a good cause, because you get a lot of good Brainrots from admin abuse. So say tomorrow, which we don't, we had admin abuse. Right now, I just go to this Brainrot machine and then put in all my best Brainrots, like all my best normal Brainrots, say 6-7, Mutton, and I'll just put this for the sake of it. I can get Chimpanzini Kinganini, or I could just get another Chislicteria bislicteria. But the thing is, even if I get like a bicycle, in the admin abuse, I'm gonna get like 4 bicycles worth of Brainrots, whether they're in like one Brainrot or not. So it's always good to use the machine. Not if the odds are bad, of course. Like, this right here is like a good example of how, wait, not this. Right now, I want to put the Sakura in. This is like a good way to use a machine. I got two good ones. So, and this would clear up space. So that's 450k about. That's 850k. That's 2.5 million. That's 3 million. That's 4 million. And there's a good chance that I either get one that is 8 million or 12 million, I think. The dodo is. Maybe it's 10. I think it's 12 though. But those are good odds, and then in the admin abuse, you're gonna get really good ones. So, and then, like, you can just put like a bunch of good Brainrots in. Honestly, just for the sake of the video, I'm just gonna put like my best neon Brainrots in here, and just see what I get. I don't know if my odds are gonna be good for anything, honestly. But, okay, I'll put in an Orca, Pokemon, another Pokemon. Where is my other? Yep, right here. Kachura Mastura. Thing is, this isn't like a great chance right now. You want it out of the hotspot range, basically. You want it out of the hotspot range. You want it in the hotspot range or out of it. So you could put like that, and then you're mostly out of the hotspot range. But then there's like a 50-50 chance of you getting neon. But that's something that not a lot of people would be willing to risk, which makes sense. Makes totally perfect sense. Putting this in kind of makes sense in a way. Which I'm just gonna do it for the content here. Hope I got just this area best look too. Oh crap. Wait. I gotta see what the codes are. I forgot them. Bro, why do I have a feeling I'm just gonna get a stinker? Then I'm gonna be cooked. What's the code? Sorry, guys. 725923. Okay. 725-923. Brainrot machine ready. Let's see what I get. It's probably gonna be a neon secret. Oh my god! See, that's what I'm talking about. The odds are really freaking good. Now I just got a Legalum de Frigidaire, which is very good. What I put in the machine was about $25 million value. No, a little more. Like $30 million value. But there was a good chance that I was gonna get at least $50 million value. And if I got the glitch mutation on that, which was an 18% of that, happening, that would have been like 75 million. Yeah, the odds are very good on the Brainrot machines. But obviously don't do that if like one of the Brainrots you have is like a rebirth Brainrot you need next time. You could just find a replacement in like one of the admin abuses. But so I think if you're a new beginner, set a timer every, I'd say 50 like 6 minutes, and then come back to the game, and then after 5 hours you can put some in the Brainrot machine. Then if you do that like 5 times, you can get like a secret, and if you keep doing that over and over and over, you're eventually going to get very good Brainrots. And that will take, I'll say a while, probably like 25 days, but to get like a chimpanzee king Anini. But got turbo? Okay, I'll take turbo, I guess. That's kind of unexpected. But always come for these events. Unless it's like, unless you have like school or like something very important. But anyways, so before the video ends, this is gonna be the last. This isn't really a tip, but it's like a cool thing to do. I saw this on one of Krylos's videos. If you put like a red spray paint on it, like a bunch of times, in like a public server, your base, it takes like an hour and a half, but your base looks like a darkness base, or whatever color of like spray paint you want. It's really freaking cool. But anyways, I think that's all I got for you guys today. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.